Hi, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to Twin Flames Defined. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about separation and how there are some really important things that you can align with that will help you through that aspect, because I know that's what most people feel like is the most daunting for them. And so how you can get through that with flying colors, ease and grace, is to remember that this journey is about unconditional love, okay? And I say that all the time. If you've been watching me for a while, you're probably like, okay, broken record. But think about it within all aspects, okay? So not just within yourself. And I think that if you're a real twin flame, there's no way that you can't get to the point where you get that it's about unconditional love for yourself, right? Self-love, right? But then there's aspects of unconditional love that we have to flow and align with outwardly, right? And so during separation, one of the things that most feminines struggle with is, like feeling abandoned or feeling left out in the cold, feeling lied to, because you are being lied to. We know it, right? Like that's the thing too, is like there's like this fake mask that's being held up by the masculine, right? And so you can't help but feel like, because the mask is for everybody else, so it's like you feel like well, you don't feel like they made a choice that everybody else is more important than you, because really in the end, it wasn't even about you. It was about themselves. They have been doing exactly what you used to be doing, right? And it's putting everybody else before them and their needs, right? And so when they do that, they have to keep this mask on, right? So that everybody looks at them a certain way, right? So that they feel safe, so they can control everybody's projection of them, when first off, that's not real love. That's not real life, right? That's how a lot of people in this world live, but it's really unhealthy. And that's what the twin flames came to change. And so the feminines, it's, a tough task, right? But we came with the intention that we would be the part of the soul that would have that inner strength and have that inner knowing and have that beautiful way of guiding without controlling, right? Guiding within true unconditional love, not out of force and brute control and manipulation like the rest of the world does it, like the karmics have done it to us, right? The twins, right? But instead, you're going to do it through unconditional love. And unconditional love is accepting where the masculine is, right? At any moment in time. So in this present moment, what is your masculine? Where are they at, and mentally and emotionally and vibrationally, right? And that is really, really hard for a lot of us feminines to accept, is when they're in a really unhealthy, low place, when they're following, the status quo, when they're trying to please people that are actually harming them, and you can see it blatantly. Your twin probably knows it, but doesn't really know how to get out of it yet. So this is the thing. Have unconditional love for them, just like as if you would for your own child, right? Like I think about my boys, my children, right? And how I have that love for them that goes beyond any barrier on this planet, right? And I really reference that a lot for myself, to remind myself that it's like, what if your sons were in that position? Like, how would you be viewing it then, right? Like if your sons were being manipulated and controlled by someone who just wants to put them down and hold them by their insecurities, like how would you wouldn't be like, mad and angry at them. No, you would feel compassion for them. You'd feel empathy for them. You'd feel like you want to give them grace. Like you want to like set them up for success and like remind them how amazing they are. Remind them how, just how fucking beautiful they are, and like how rare they are, to like their type of soul is just so fucking rare that like when you walk into a room, do you know how many people like stop what they're doing to like give you their attention, or just to see what you're gonna do next or say next? Like I don't even think that like our masculines really know how just fucking dope they are, you know what I'm saying? And so That's the thing, is they don't know, right? It's because they've been lied to their whole lives, and they've been lying to themselves their whole life about who they actually are, right? So give them that unconditional love, right, from where you're at, and see them in the spot that they're actually in, and give them that grace, give them that like patience of like, they aren't in a healthy spot. They're not healthy right now, right? Like if they were healthy, they'd be by my side. They would know their values, which would mean they would know my value. And when they know their value, they're not going to let anything stop them to be able to get to me, right? But right now, that's not where they're at, obviously, because that's not what they're doing, right? And so give them the love and the grace to say, I've even been there before, right? Like we have maybe not been in the same exact spots, right? We haven't been like the feminines, we didn't go through exactly what they're experiencing, because in the human lives, we come and we have mirroring experiences with our twin, but ultimately it's not exactly identical, right? It can come pretty close sometimes, but it's not like exactly the same. But you've experienced abuse to the degree that they're experiencing it. You've experienced black magic and sex magic and all sorts of hexes and all those things to the degree that they're experiencing it, or maybe less, or maybe more, but you've experienced it too. Now you're just on the other side of it, right? Like now you just have the strength in your willpower, right? To like not allow anybody to pull that will in a different direction, only to what you are, choosing your will to be. And then also, you are now in the frame of mind of loving yourself and only allowing in your life what is good for you and what is best for you. But your masculine might be a few steps behind that. They might be like trying to figure out what you were trying to figure out a year ago, right? And so just give them that grace, give them that, like I said, think of it like how you love your children or how you love your next of kin, right? Like it's like think of them in that way of like you wouldn't just be like we're so demanding with when we think of romantic partners. Like I think that because it's the way of the world, it's the way of society, the way society runs, right? So unhealthy right now, where it's like you have to demand respect out of people. You have to, instead of just allowing them to be and loving them for where they're at, right? And that's what I wanted to like get to, is like I feel like that's been my saving grace this whole entire journey, and it's what I come back to every time that I feel like I get bumped off course a little bit, right, by the lower energies. I remember this. I remember that my twin, right, is freaking powerful, freaking amazing, doing the best that he can from where he's at and what he understands and where he's going, but he's also at a different place than I am, right? And I have every faith in him. I have every faith that he is doing like the best job that he could possibly do, and that he will get there. And he is just coming at it from like his vantage point, right? And you have to like give people grace of where their vantage point is and respect that. And that's the thing, is like just respect whatever place, like if they decide that right now like they can't take off their mask and they can't tell anybody besides their own brain and their own heart that you're what they desire, then respect that and love them right where they're at, and be like, I respect their decision, and I'm going to love me, and I'm going to fulfill me in this moment. I'm not going to be sad about where they're at and that they're not here, because that's not what they would want for me. Like my masculine, I've known for this from the very beginning, that my masculine loves me so much, whether he's conscious and awake to it or not. I know that he loves me so much that he would never want me to be sad. He would never want me to be like brokenhearted, especially over him, especially of like, like us being apart. And so I made a promise to myself from the very beginning that I was going to be happy. That was my way of loving him during separation, is always finding my way to happiness, always finding my way to fulfillment, always finding my way to love. And that has really kept me above water in the separation journey. And so I just wanted to share it with you guys, because maybe there's people out there that are struggling with their separation, and that's how you can get through this, right? Is you can know that when you're loving yourself, you're actually loving your twin, because that's how you love them. That's how you love your soul.